2026 Honda Prelude, what we know so far. Honda continues to go all in on hybrids, even as it has been slow to switch over to all-electric models. Days after the Civic Hybrid was revealed, the automaker took the covers off the more evocatively styled Prelude concept coupe, also with a hybrid powertrain, at the Japan Mobility Show. Of course, this also marks the return of the Prelude nameplate as well as a sporty two-door coupe to the brand's lineup. That's if a production Prelude coupe makes it to North America, which we're hoping it will. The Prelude concept has a gorgeous exterior and looks to be around the size of the Toyota GR86, boosting hopes that the Japanese sports car rivalry of past decades will be revived. We don't know much about it just yet, but the Honda Prelude concept is enough to get our blood pumping. When is the 2026 Honda Prelude coming out? The new Honda Prelude Coupe was just introduced to the world as a concept, but we expect a production model to be revealed towards the end of 2024. A release date for the Honda Prelude is likely to follow later in 2025, potentially as a 2026 model. What's the price of the 2026 Honda Prelude? There's no word on what the price of the 2026 Honda Prelude will be, and since it's still early in the development process, there's not much to go on. Considering the current Honda Civic lineup starts under $30,000 at present, as do rivals like the Toyota GR86, it's not entirely unlikely that the Prelude will be reasonably priced. However, with a hybrid powertrain and a sporty focus, it will probably cost a little more, maybe even inching closer to the Honda Civic Type R's $43,795 MSRP. Attainable two-door coupes with a hybrid powertrain are virtually non-existent, so the electrified Prelude would be something completely unique. New Honda Prelude exterior and colors. All the information we have about the 2026 Prelude is based on what we were shown at the Japan Mobility Show, but we do feel that the way the concept looks is exceptional. With simple, clean, and elegant lines, the exterior of the future Honda Prelude doesn't reminisce too intently on the versions we last saw for sale more than 2 decades ago. Save for sharing the sleek two-door coupe body style, the Honda Prelude we see here looks closer to a Toyota GR86 and Subaru BRZ. Up front, we see a striking lighting signature with angular headlights and an LED light strip along the nose. If a Mazda MX-5 has a smile thanks to how designers fashioned the front, the Honda Prelude has a slightly cheeky smirk. The lack of a traditional grille led many to believe the Prelude was an EV upon first seeing it, and the lower fascia's air intakes hint at the sporting nature of the car. Along the side, the upswept beltline creates a sense of muscularity, while the wheel arches house large wheels. The concept shows off various carbon fiber bits and bobs, which will more than likely make it to production on either a sport-focused trim or an additional styling package. A powerful rear-end design helps the Honda Prelude exude power, while a solid strip of lighting feeds into its futuristic design. There's also a large slab of glass that appears to stretch the length of the entire roof from behind the windshield to the liftgate. It's way too early to know what exterior colors the Honda Prelude will come in, but we like the pearlescent white on the concept. We imagine it would look menacing in darker shades, too, especially paired with carbon fiber accents and blacked-out wheels. Honda Prelude dimensions. With just the bare minimum to go on, we don't have dimensions for the Honda Prelude. It may be around the size of the discontinued Civic Coupe, though, which had a 106.3-inch wheelbase and a length of 177.3 inches at the time of its demise. We'd guess the new Prelude will be a little smaller and closer to the current Toyota GR86 in size. The latter has a 101.4-inch wheelbase, an overall length of 167.9 inches, and spans a width under 70 inches. It stands just 51.6 inches tall. In terms of curb weight, both the GR86 and the old Civic Coupe weigh under 3,000 pounds. Depending on the weight of the Prelude's hybrid components, it may weigh more. Honda Prelude engine and performance. There's a lot to unpack in terms of what can be expected from the upcoming Prelude, starting with what the nameplate implies. 22 years ago, when the last model was on sale in the USA, the Honda Prelude made up to 200 horsepower from its 2.2-liter VTEC 4-cylinder engine. In Type SH guise, it came with only a 5-speed manual, although regular Preludes could be had with an auto box. Power was directed to the front wheels on these models. Considering it's likely to go toe-to-toe with the GR86, which makes 228 HP and 184 lb-ft from its 2.4-liter 4-cylinder, Honda will be looking to beat those outputs. We also see Brembo brakes on the concept, suggesting the need for strong stopping power. Nothing has been confirmed besides it being a hybrid, though, but a 4-cylinder engine and 1 or 2 electric motors are likely. The use of a hybrid powertrain instead of a fully electric one provides a glimmer of hope that Honda will consider a manual gearbox, although with Honda culling manuals from models like the Accord in recent years, an automatic is more likely. 0 to 60 miles per hour times in the low 6-second range would be enough to qualify as sporty while also giving the Prelude comparable performance to the discontinued Civic Si Coupe. Being a hybrid, the Prelude will likely share underpinnings with the Civic or Accord, the former being more likely considering the Prelude's compact proportions. Considering Honda's president, Toshihiro Mibe, made a big deal of the upcoming Honda Prelude as a specialty model that will embody driving thrills and be focused on enjoyment, we don't expect the Prelude to let us down in terms of performance. Revealing the car to the world with the suggestion to keep expectations high for the Honda Prelude feels like a promise to enthusiasts that the Prelude will be groundbreaking in some ways. Gas mileage. Honda hybrids are generally extremely frugal, so the running costs of the Prelude should be quite agreeable. The midsize Accord hybrid, for instance, can achieve up to 48 mpg combined, giving it a range of over 600 miles. Expected to be a normal hybrid and not a plug-in hybrid, the Prelude is unlikely to have an all-electric driving range. We'll have to wait to find out more about the coupe's range estimates. Honda Prelude interior and cargo. Despite the automaker confirming its production intent for the Honda Prelude, it's still very early in its concept stage. The Prelude is so fresh that it doesn't have a complete interior design to show off just yet. We can draw conclusions from what we know, however. Like its forebears, the Honda Prelude will probably have seats for 4 in a 2+2 configuration, with those back perches not being the most spacious for those with longer legs. Since the production model is still a few years off, we could speculate endlessly about the technology and futuristic cabin designs that may come to market by that time, but we expect a highly evolved infotainment setup, an expansive safety suite as is the norm from Honda, and sufficient comfort and convenience features to keep up with the competition without compromising the enjoyment focus of the car. We do hope the interior colors and materials chosen for the Honda Prelude include a broader spectrum than just the usual black or red that automakers use inside their sports cars these days.